a few years ago there was an ice storm and it knocked the power out all over the city of Toronto, and there were thousands of homes without heat or light for a few days, including mine. And on one of those days, I used the last of my phone battery to write and record a song called Beauty in the Blue. I put that song on this album that's coming out and decided to name the album Beauty in the Blue because when I started thinking about this particular collection of songs and what the common thread was between them all, I thought back to that storm because it brought so much destruction to the city of Toronto, but there was a lot of beauty in the storm as well. All these frosty trees, they just looked like they were made out of glass, and just seeing the way people really came together to help each other and to make the best out of a bad situation. And I think that each of these songs is doing that in its own way, trying to find something good in situations that are hard or painful, trying to find beauty in the blue. When I'm writing songs, I'm not really thinking about what it's going to be like, I guess, when people hear them in a certain way, right? I'm just trying to communicate something in that moment.
You know what we're doing? Kind of.
Kind of.
Maybe.
Maybe.
I'll see if I can write something.
Me too, yeah. Kevin Halley, who is a member of Running Red Lights, who I actually share Dave with. He's their guitarist as well. He was my co-producer and engineer, so the two of us together ended up just kind of figuring out what those other layers were going to be. So he played a bunch of stuff on the record as well. It was just really cool to be able to work with somebody that I felt so comfortable with, and who made it safe for me to make mistakes and just try things out. And it's just fun to work with your friends, you know?
I'm staring at my ceiling, thinking of the things you said to me. You said you're alone.
Being able to create in a studio environment with Jordan and Dave was really special after having worked together live for so long. It was just kind of nice to bring that energy into the studio and be able to collaborate and come up with ideas. I mean, in a live setting, the ideas are really fleeting, right? So things are happening and they either fail or succeed there in the moment, which is great. But it was cool to have the opportunity to kind of have an idea and explore that and see whether it was going to work or not.
I knew that you'd come home one day. I only had to wait.
I don't like it that much.
Oh, I knew you were going to say that! But I don't agree.
Go two back, let's hear it. For the last few years, I've done a lot of train trips. So there's Via Rail in Canada. You can, as a performer, play shows on board, and it's a really nice way to get from one end of the country to the other. So I've done that a number of times in the last few years, and I've met some really interesting people, and the train has just been such a good place to write. You're just seeing the landscape of Canada in a really unique way. How to Pour Whiskey for Strangers, that was written about the first trip I did on the train. We're going through the mountains pretty slowly, and you could just see the outline of the mountain range against a really deep blue sky. It was just really beautiful. It's just talking about that need to connect with other people when you're by yourself. I really wanted to help create sort of the expansive atmosphere that I was feeling on the train going through the Rocky Mountains in Western Canada. And I felt like pedal steel was going to help to create that kind of large, big sky sort of feeling. And so I invited Michaelis to come and play on that song, which was just perfect. It was exactly what I was looking for. I always want to be honest in my songwriting, and I want to talk about something that actually rings true for me and actually matters to me. So that's really what I'm trying to do with this collection of songs. Sometimes maybe that's a bit difficult or uncomfortable for me to be that vulnerable in front of people, but I think it's important to try.
But my world is too small, I don't see it all. And I wish I didn't have to give up the dream. I wish I didn't have to